Hi everyone, in this video we will look at how to validate a householder application in BOPS. This application is for a rear extension to residential property in a conservation area and it was submitted on Plan X. I have the validation page open for this application and the first thing I can check is general information including the site address, reference number, development description and any key dates. This format is consistent across all pages for an application in BOPS. I can also check and edit application information, such as the applicant contact details. I can use the Proposal Details tab to view the information submitted by the applicant on Plan X, which is currently presented in a question and answer format. And I can do an initial check of the document submitted by the applicant using the inbuilt document management system. BOPS has been built so that most communication with the applicant is handled within the BOPS applicant service. For an invalid case, this means that I can create a simple list of instructions for the applicant on how to make their case valid. Doing this provides the applicant with a single link which they can use to upload documents or respond to any validation requests in one place, and everything is automatically updated instantly in BOPS. Moving on to the validation checklist, the first thing I can check is the red line boundary. This map has come through from Plan X and is digital and interactive. If I am unhappy with the red line boundary, I can simply redraw it on this page and add this as a validation request. If I update this map, the planning constraints for this site are automatically updated based on the new red line boundary. Next, I can check the planning constraints. These are automatically picked up at the submission stage when the applicant enters their address. I can also edit these here if I need to add or remove any constraints. Moving on, I can check and update the development description, the reporting type, and the relevant legislation for this application. Again, if I'm unhappy with the description, I can suggest a new one, which will be sent to the applicant for review. Having done my initial checks, I can now check that all the documents submitted by the applicant are valid and that they have all the information I need to begin assessing the case. These document tags have come automatically through from Plan X, but I can edit them if the document shows more than one plan type. For each document, I can open a file in a separate tab, check that it meets the validation requirements, and I can simply copy and paste the reference number into the correct field in BOPS. I can then mark the application and the document as valid. If a document isn't valid, I can add this to my validation request list. I can also check for any missing documents, and we have a link here through to the local validation checklist for the council. And I can redact any documents if I need to before these are made public. Finally, I can confirm application requirements, including the fee, if it is still liable, if it needs an environmental impact assessment, and the ownership certificate. Again, all of this information has come through from Plan X. Now I'm ready to validate the case. This will trigger an email through to the applicant and will make this case available for assessment. If the case is invalid, then the applicant will receive an email with a link to the BOPS applicant page where they can action the requested changes. You can see here now that the validation task has been completed, and I can begin to move on to consultation and assessment for this case.